All right, this is Mr. Timtastic with SturdyPine.com. We are here at NCR 11 at the Domain Hotel in Sunnyvale, California, and we got E.G. Justin Wong. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good today. Got some sleep, so I'm definitely ready for day 2.
All right, and what games are you competing in this weekend?
Today it will be Cross Tekken 2013, AE 2012, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Dive Kick.
All right, so we know that you play other games. Is there a reason why you're not competing in those other games, or is it just too many games to compete in, and you just want to focus on a select number of games?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think 3 Capcom games is already pretty big. Because last year was like 2, so I was able to play more. And also, I was playing Injustice, but Injustice is not really in the Evil circuit this year. So I wish there was Injustice, because I would definitely play Injustice. But the other games I just haven't really just put time into.
And yeah, Injustice just came out. So who are you playing right now?
Obviously, I gotta play Batman. You know, Batman is that dude.
Is it because of the character itself, or is it because he's actually good?
Besides the character, I was already a big fan of Batman, but there was this stream that Flo used to do called I Want to Be the Guy. I think a lot of people watched it. So I used to troll him on Skype and call him while he's playing the levels, and I impersonate as Batman. So everyone told me that when this game comes out, I have to play Batman. So I said, all right, I'll play Batman.
All right, so knowing that you play a lot of games, how do you balance between every single game to be good at all of them?
I guess it just depends. Like, it depends on the day. I don't really have like a Monday is Marvel, Tuesday is Street Fighter. I just like when I wake up, I'm like, I feel like I want to play this game today. Or depending on what videos Event Hub's posted, because there's always content every day on that website. So depending on what videos like comes out, if it's a Street Fighter video or Marvel video, that will make me more interested in playing that game today too.
And knowing that you're competing in a lot of games, are there people that you're targeting to beat? Because you know, in every single game, there's too many heavy hitters, especially at this major.
Let's see. Street Fighter is obviously Infiltration, because he's the Evo champ, world champ, and pretty much he hasn't really lost really ever since then. Marvel is obviously Chris G or Filipino champ. So, but Cross Tekken I think is just kind of anyone's game because it's kind of new. So, but I think Infiltration would still be like the heavy favorite to win, just because he won the 25th anniversary for Cross Tekken, the old patch. But I'm pretty sure he's still pretty good in the new patch too.
Now, have you been training specifically for Chris G, Infiltration, etc.?
Not really. Like, I don't really go in training mode to the counter, but I just play, practice with my friends, and hopefully today is the day.
And even in Marvel, there's everyone is using all these like Morgan's fireball attack, the Soul Fist. Have you actually trained for that one?
Well, my team doesn't really fight it, but like I'm still in that phase where I'm like, I just want to pick what I like. Like, I don't want to pick no Virgils, I don't want to pick Doom, I don't want to pick Morgan. I just want to pick like Wolverine, Spencer, and Frank West. That's just the team that I kind of roll with right now. But I think maybe by Evo, like if I keep losing into it now till Evo, I will definitely have a counter for that, just because I think Evo is just like one of those tournaments that you always want to have like some cheap stuff ready for a counter attack.
So the element of surprise, right?
Yeah, pretty much the element of surprise, because like last year, for example, CEO, I picked like a Spencer, Virgil, Frank team against Chris, and I beat him, his Morgan Doom team, and then by Evo time he picked a different team to counter my team. So this time I kind of just want to like save a secret team just at Evo, so he won't have time to prepare for it.
Now, what happened to Storm and Akuma?
See, that's the thing. Like, I used to play Wolverine, Storm, Akuma like maybe like a month ago, but it's just the team is so weak, and I love that team. But I recently picked up Wolverine, Spencer, Frank, and it's not as much better, but it's actually a lot better and does more better because of the comeback factor that Spencer provides compared to Storm. But I think Storm is still there for like certain matchups that I would use to counterpick certain opponents. But right now, my best team will be Wolverine, Spencer, Frank.
Now you've messed around with other teams. You've had Felicia, Iron Fist. Is there any possibility of those characters coming back?
Definitely not. It's impossible. Just because right now, when I look at the character select screen and I want to build a new team to play with, I look into consideration on can these characters fight Virgil, fight Doom, or fight Morgan somehow. But if they do not, then I would not play that character. But if they do, then I will construct a team.
Now, you've been stuck with Rufus and Adon. Have you actually messed around with other characters to counter Infiltration, Sakuma, or since you know a lot of the matchups, you know a lot of the players you've played against them, and some of them may have had your number at some point. Have you thought about changing the characters just to counter them?
I always think about trying to counter, because I know I play a lot of the characters in the cast, but every time I do that, like, how I feel is that, okay, Rufus I put so much time into, so let's say Rufus loses to Zangief, right? And then to beat Zangief, you pick Sagat, obviously, but my Sagat is nowhere near as good as my Rufus, so picking Sagat is probably the same thing as picking Rufus, because I haven't put that much time into it compared to Rufus, right? But other than that, it's just one of those things that it's really hard to play counter picks. People that do counter pick are not really successful in tournaments, maybe like a few, but the percentage is very low. But I just think that you just have to, at this level of Street Fighter, you just have to play your opponent, not the matchup.
All right, and for version 2013 for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, are you still playing the same Hwoarang and Chun-Li team, or are you switching it up?
Hwoarang Chun-Li is the main starter team, but if I feel like, I can't do it with this team, I would try to pick like Elena or Chun-Li or Elena Alyssa, one of those teams. But I kind of want to practice Nina by Evo, because I think Nina's like that character to play, definitely for sure. But right now, yeah, Hwoarang Chun-Li is my main team at the moment.
Now that's getting into the middle of the Evo season. So once we're getting a lot closer, we're gonna practice every single game, and are you gonna enter all the games?
No, I probably only just enter the 3 Capcom games at Evo, just because I think I'm not that good in KOF, but the learning curve is too high, because there's the KOF people that main the game they're really, really good. Persona, I only touched it for one day. Tekken, I don't really play it that much. Smash Bros. Melee, I never played Melee, but I played Brawl, but that doesn't count. It doesn't take consideration. Mortal Kombat 9, it's like I would not want to play it, but I wish they had Injustice instead of Mortal Kombat 9, so I could have played that in Evo. Other than that, I kind of just want to focus on the 3 Capcom games, because I'm mainly better at Capcom games than any other company.
Now we have Dive Kick. Who are you playing in Dive Kick?
I am playing Mr. N in Dive Kick.
Is there a legitimate reason?
I mean, Marn, Mr. N is kind of like Marn. He's my boy, so I'm definitely gonna play him, and that's the only character I'll probably ever play.
Have you found any cheap stuff or like just like tactics with that character yet?
Well, I only played a couple times, but some of his tactics is like he could float in the air, so which is pretty sick. So if both players jump at the same time, you can like stall and float and always get a headshot. So I think that's pretty cheap, because if you get a headshot, that's kind of guaranteed. That's like at least 90% guarantee that you will win the next round.
Do you think he plays that character?
I don't think Martin has ever touched a game in his life, but definitely when the game comes out, whenever it will come out, I will definitely make him sit there and we will stream and play Dive Kick all day, because I think it's one of those games that you could just literally play all day and never be bored with.
Yeah, I found that just like the casual gamer, not anyone who takes even fighting games seriously could play that, since it's 2 buttons, dive and kick. All right, and do you want to give any shout outs to anyone?
Just shout outs to just the fighting game community, or shout outs to anyone that's involved in the fighting game community, just because this thing's not run like without like, it's not run corporate. It's all run by people that love this scene, love the hobby, love to play Street Fighter, love to play fighting games in general. So without them, this would not happen. This interview would not happen. So, shout outs to everyone. Shout outs to Terry and John Choi for running NorCal Regional. Shout outs to the staff for running the pools and making everything so efficient. And just, shout outs to everyone that's watching at home, supporting the stream. And pretty much shout out to anyone that loves fighting games.
All right, thank you for your time, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.